Nobody is giving you a curfew. If you're living in your parents' house, you can waste their toilet paper, you can waste their water. Please, this is the right time for you to subscribe to my channel. Girl, I know you're enjoying this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DELAYO again. If you're new here, you're absolutely welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to another video. If you end up liking this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click on the subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of staying in your parents' house and moving out of your parents' house, that is, living alone. So if you like this kind of content, keep on watching and let's get right into the video. So the first point that I'm going to be talking about is rent. You don't have to pay rent if you're living in your parents' house because it's your parents' house and they're not going to charge you for living in their house. So you can save money by living in your parents' house because you won't have to be paying any landlord for rent. And thinking about the subsequent years, if you're not earning enough to be able to pay your landlord for the subsequent years, then I don't think that you should be living alone. I don't think you should move out of your parents' house. If you've saved up some money and you're thinking you should maybe move out, but if you're actually thinking about subsequent years and how you're going to pay for rent, I think maybe you should use that money to decorate your own personal space in your parents' house, make it more of your own, make it more of your taste, and in that way you can actually save more. So the advantage is that you do not get to pay rent while living under your parents, but if you move out, the disadvantage is that you need to pay rent. You need to spend money, more money. The second point I'm going to be talking about is bills. So if you are living alone, you want to prove that you are grown and you can handle things on your own, you can pay for things on your own, and those things that you want to handle on your own include bills that comes with living alone. They include house rent, like I said before, paying for food, paying for internet, electricity bills, some houses pay for water, security, miscellaneous expenses, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you're earning enough to foot those bills, then go ahead, live alone, move out of your parents' house. But if you know that you're not earning enough and you actually want to save more to use in some other areas, then I don't think you should move out, because if you're living in your parents' house, then those bills are already settled. And even if you're going to be contributing to paying part of those bills while living under your parents because you're not a mooch, you're not going to be spending as much as when you're living on your own. So I think you're still going to be saving more when you're living in your parents' house than when you're living alone. You have a lot of bills to pay when you're living alone by yourself. You're going to be paying those bills by yourself. But if you're living in your parents' house, there's probably going to be contribution, if at all you have to contribute to paying those bills at all. So again, weigh the options. The next point I'm going to be talking about is privacy. So while you're living in your parents' house, you do not have privacy 100%. Trust me, like we all know, especially if you're in an African home. You do not have privacy 100%. Remember, it's not your house, it's still your parents' house. So you don't have all your time to yourself. And this can cause little distractions here and there, especially if you're the type of person that really likes to focus and you don't like distractions when you're focusing on some things. Lack of privacy on 100 can cause distractions that gives little freedom to do most of the things that you would want to do. But if you're living alone, you have all the freedom, you have all your privacy, nobody is disturbing you, nobody is telling you what time to come back, nobody is giving you a curfew. But I mean, you should also use your senses when you're living alone. Doesn't mean you should be returning to your apartment at ungodly hours, but basically you are more free when you're living on your own. You have more privacy when you're living on your own to concentrate on the things that you would want to concentrate on, but wouldn't be able to if you're living in your parents' house. I hope I'm making sense. So living in your parents' house, you don't have a lot of privacy. Living in your house, you have a lot of privacy. The next point I'm going to be talking about is independence, and responsibility. Living alone makes you learn how to cope on your own and maintain your personal space without much interference. So, with this, you are more independent. You are able to do more stuff on your own. You are able to handle grown up stuff on your own that you might not be able to handle when you're living in your parents' house. Living alone basically makes you a stronger person, to be honest. You get to deal with stuff on your own because you're actually trying to prove a point to yourself that you can do this. You are not a child anymore and you can, figure things out on your own most of the time. You are basically your own boss in your own home. You learn to be more responsible, more resourceful, and not wasteful. Okay, so guys, I think we all know about the old, if you're living in your parents' house, you can waste their toilet paper, you can waste their water. Some people waste food as well. But when you're living on your own, that's when you know that, oh, you cannot waste toilet paper, you can't waste water, cannot put on the lights when you're not using it, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it makes you grow up a little quicker and to understand how to be more independent, taking care of yourself by yourself. Unless you really need like a whole lot of help, then you can reach to your parents and your family members. If you are living under your parents' roof, you will not be as responsible as you would have been or as you would be if you are living alone. So before I move on to the last 2 points, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, this is the right time for you to subscribe to my channel. Girl, I know you're enjoying this video, and if you haven't clicked on the like button, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you can relate to what I'm talking about, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you just want to tell me how beautiful I look and how good this video is, you can just leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much. So the next point I'm going to be talking about is working from home. If you're living in your parents' house slash living on your own, so if you're living on your own, working from home is going to be much easier because you won't get any distractions while working from home, because you know you need to concentrate on work, right? But if you're living in your parents' house, it is very, 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 very likely that you're going to be a little bit distracted, and this is not good when you're working. Like, it's work, right? You're supposed to concentrate on work. Also, um, living in your parents' house might not be a conducive environment for you to work from home. You might not be able to um, set up your work from home space the way you would like it. But if you're living on your own, it will be very easier for you to set up your space the way you want it, the way you want to work from home. Prioritize your goals, prioritize your to-do list. You plan everything. Nothing is stopping the other from working. You go from doing this to doing this to doing this. Not go from doing this and getting a call to do this. You get what I mean? The last but not the least point that I'm going to be talking about is decorating and designing your space the way that you would want to. So, okay, if you're living under your parents' roof, if you're living with your parents and you want to design your personal space, e.g., maybe your room and maybe one other place in your parents' house, you're going to be a little bit restricted because they're going to butt in and say, oh, don't do this, oh, don't use this color, oh no, you can't do that. And you really can't argue with them because it's their house, right? But if you're living in on your own, you get to do whatever you like. You get to design your space the way you want to design your space. You get to buy everything that you want to buy, add everything that you want to buy, take away everything that you want to take away, just to make your space comfortable for you to live in and be happy. Personally, I would say that if you have enough money and resources to move out of your parents' house and you're not going to be struggling after you move out of your parents' house, then I say you should move out, because you're gonna have a lot more peace when you're living on your own. Not like you're not gonna have peace when you're living with your parents, but you get what I mean. Like, the solitude and everything, especially if you're that kind of person that likes quiet and you like to do things in your own way. Trust me, if you have the money, then I'd say move out. But if you do not have the money, living with your parents is not a bad idea, my dear sister and brother. Please live on a parents' roof for as long as you want, because they are not chasing you. Okay, so if you don't have enough money, especially money for rent, money for light, because those things are going to frustrate you, trust me. So if you don't have enough money, please remain in your parents house. Okay, remain in your parents house and love them. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you learned a thing or two and you could relate to a few points that I mentioned along the line. And I really hope that you're going to subscribe, like this video, and leave a wonderful comment. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye.